Boxing professionals have issued strong warnings to Gervonta Davis after Frank Martin posted his latest training footage. Frank Martin looks fully prepared for the fight, and shockingly, boxing experts are giving him a chance to shock the world. Martin has just released new training footage ahead of his fight against Gervonta "Tank" Davis. However, it's not his ripped physique or training session that's making headlines. Instead, several boxing professionals have quickly sent warnings to Davis ahead of the fight.
I mean, I feel like he's the most skilled, talented fighter that Tank ever fought. Like, it's one of those he can't take those early rounds off and feel like he's gonna come in.
Martin is set to face WBA lightweight titleholder Gervonta Davis on June 15th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Frank Martin, who has a personal record of 18 wins in 18 fights, including 12 knockout victories, is an underdog leading into the fight. He is finding motivation in the causes and people in his life. Martin has never been a pay-per-view headliner and was only recently elevated to main event status after a star-making performance against Michel Rivera in 2022, winning a unanimous decision over the lightweight contender. As of now, Frank Martin has fought and won 18 fights, with 12 of those victories coming by knockout. Although Martin is 29, only 2 of his fights were scheduled for 12 rounds, against Michel Rivera and Artem Harutyunyan, and Martin went the distance to win both by unanimous decision. Additionally, among other experienced fighters, Martin has fought Ryan Garcia, Romero Duno, and Jackson Marines. However, Martin recently released training footage that's become the talk of boxing supporters and professionals. They have not only commended him but also sent strict warnings to Gervonta "Tank" Davis as a result. Expectedly, one of the first boxing professionals to comment was Frank Martin's trainer, Derek James.
You never know, man. Anything possible.
If it was up to you, do you want him to get that title shot next, or do you kind of want him to, I guess, develop a little bit more fighters?
For me, it's like this. It's all about...
We have Frank Martin working out, and things have been said about the potential fight. It's a big deal, yeah, and he's going to shock the world, James remarked. Talking about his fighter some time ago, James believed the 27-year-old Martin could compete with any lightweight in boxing. He still wouldn't mind his fighter taking more time to develop before facing the most imposing opponents in the 135-pound division. I think he can do that, James said, but I think at the same time, time is our friend, you know what I mean? It's easy to not acknowledge him because it's okay because it's only helping him. He's just getting better and better, so when the time comes and they say, okay, now we'll have the fight, he's more difficult because he's difficult now. But we're in the gym all the time, and it just helps him get better and better, and that's what it's all about. Moving on, upon seeing Frank Martin's new training session, undisputed world female champion and one of Gervonta Davis's biggest boxing enemies, Claressa Shields, sounded impressed and even urged Frank Martin to go on and get the better of Tank Davis. In an interview where she was asked about the fight and what she thought about Frank Martin's preparations, she claimed, "I know Frank Martin is the underdog, but I really hope he beats the hell out of Tank and shuts him up." Afterwards, she was asked about the ongoing back and forth between her and Tank, and just before the reporter could complete his statement, she interrupted, saying, "Damn Tank." She then continued after being informed by the reporter of the Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Frank Martin press conference the next day, saying, "I don't give a damn where he's going to be. I won't be there. That's all I got to say to him, and I hope Frank Martin tears his butt up everywhere." Having been more absent in Frank Martin's training camp as a result of his split with Derek James, Errol Spence Jr. chanced on Frank Martin's training footage and spoke highly of his fighter, warning Gervonta Davis in the process. Along with his impressiveness, he warned Davis ahead of the fight, saying, "I see him getting his hand raised. I feel he's the most skilled, talented fighter that Tank ever fought," said Errol Spence during Instagram Live, talking about his fighter Frank Martin poised to upset WBA regular lightweight champion Gervonta Davis on June 15th in their fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Additionally, Devin Haney offered his views on Martin taking on Davis, especially after seeing Frank Martin's training footage. Though he still maintained the general skepticism regarding Frank Martin, he seemed to show some belief in him and warned Gervonta Davis to expect a tough fight. "I think that Tank beats him. We haven't seen Frank Martin at the highest level, the elite level. Not saying that he isn't elite, but we just haven't seen him," said Devin Haney. "Do I think he's going to go in there and lay down? No, I think he is going to go in there to get his respect, and he's going to fight back. He added, despite his detractors and critics, Martin remains focused. He sparred with Davis some years back, which was a talking point of their rowdy press conference. Martin seems to be channeling the mindset of a teacher looking to empower youth with his comments about the upcoming fight. I know that I can inspire others through what I do in the ring, and that's why I'm putting everything I have into being at my best on June 15th, Martin said. James also shared his perspective, emphasizing his role as a role model heading into this career-defining fight for Martin. I understand how fortunate I am and the opportunities one have been given, said James. I also understand my responsibility to the youth in my community. They inspire me to be my best just like I hope I'm inspiring them. Frank Martin will have James in his corner when he challenges WBA lightweight world champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis, headlining a PBC pay-per-view event on Prime Video, taking place Saturday, June 15th, in the 100th Championship Fight Night at the historic MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. And that's all for now. Do you feel Frank Martin has what it takes to confront Gervonta Davis? What aspects of his game does he need to develop? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. For the very best updates on news, moments of events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.